Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yet another topic of interest, which is the US immigration. I had a lot of questions about how you can immigrate to US. There's a limited number of information available on this topic, so I thought let me just bring it all together for you, just like the other H-1B visas that I've done and the other videos that I've done. So I'm going to highlight all the possible ways that you can immigrate to the US and then focus on the work per se. Okay, so there are basically these broad categories in which you can immigrate to the US. Okay, so in this video I'll be going to focus on this particular thing, the job and work visas, basically the H&L visas, and how you can immigrate using these visas. Okay, for the other topics, I'm going to have you refer online, or maybe I'll do a video sometime when I get time. But for this, I'll focus on the H&L visas. Coming back to immigration based on work. Okay, I'm assuming you already have an H1 or an L1 visa with you. The only difference between H1 and the L1 is that an L1 you cannot change an employer and you have to work for the same employer. The H1 is a little more flexible. You can transfer your visa over, or you can file for a repetition. So if you don't know about H1B and you have not seen my other video, just go ahead and watch that and then come back here when you have enough information on H1B. Okay, so basically the process is summarized into few basic steps. Step one is, which is we call the LCA, or the labor, I would say labor. Okay, the labor, basically this establishes that you are supposed to be in the US and the employer. So both of these visas are employee sponsored, and the employer sponsored, and the employer has to file on behalf of you. Okay, so the lawyer will go and tell them step one is a labor condition application, and then they will establish that you are a person of interest for them, and they cannot find a person who can do similar duties. Okay, so once that is approved, you go for something which is called as step two, or I-140, which is the petition for an immigrant worker. Okay, so once that I-140 is approved, you file for I-485, which is step 3. Or so I-485 can be done if you are already in the US. This is called the adjustment of status. So basically you are adjusting your status from H1 over to the green card, or L1 over to green card. Okay, this is called adjustment. So you adjusted your status. Or if you are not in US for some reason, I don't know, I haven't heard of a case where the person filed for employment based immigration petition and he's not in the US, but for some reason if you're not there, you have to go through consular processing. Consular processing is nothing but a visa interview. You have to go to the embassy in your country and then tell them, okay, I have this I-140 and now I want to adjust my status because my priority date is current. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the priority date. Okay, this is where the actual game starts. So in US, they've currently reserved the number of green cards they give out each year to on a country basis. For example, let's take an example that the United States has said, okay, we are going to give out 1,000 green cards, obviously work-based green cards this year. Or and out of these 1,000 visas, we're going to give 100 to X country, 200 to X country, and so on and so forth. Okay, so there's a per country limit on the number of green cards that they give out each year. All right, so once you come to the stage of I-1485, which is the green card actually, or the adjustment of status. So they tell you, okay, this is where your priority date is. Means, for example, date XXXX is your priority date. It is the date that on which your I-140 got approved. Okay, so now once your I-140 got approved, you are in this queue to get a green card. So to get to this queue, you have to get your I-140 approved or get a priority date. Okay, so now this is where the game starts for people in India and China. So Indians, Chinese. So when I say Indians and Chinese, it means born in India or born in China. Okay, it doesn't matter which citizenship you hold. If you are born in India, you are an Indian in the Indian quota for that matter. Okay, so there are a lot of Indians and Chinese already in this queue. Okay, so what they tell you is, since we can only give out so many green cards to India, like we can only give out 200 green cards to India this year, so you stay in the queue for another X years or Y years, which can be as crazy as 20 to 50 years. Okay, because we already have so many Indians in the queue who have their priority date and who are already in the queue to get an I-485, but we can't give it to you. You have, it's right that you have your I-140 approved, everything is good, but we cannot give out more than 200 or 300 or whatever is the number green cards more than that this year to Indians. Okay, so what happens is these guys, they keep waiting in the queue just to get past that number, or just to get past that quota of green cards every year. Okay, and United States has done this for a reason. They want the country to be diverse. They want diversity immigrants coming in. They don't want all Indians, all Chinese, or all some other country coming in and filling up the country. Okay, so they want it to be a diverse culture. So that's why it was brought into place and brought into effect, that we don't give out green cards to so many people of India, so many people of Bangladesh, so many people of Pakistan, so many people of China, and so on and so forth. All right, so this is the deal about the green card. Okay, one more topic that I want to cover as a part of this video is something which is called as cross chargeability, which many people do not know. Okay, I found that this is something that people do not know. This is a topic that most people are not aware of. What it simply means is that when you file a work-based green card and you are at a I-140 stage, and then when you go for adjustment of status or the actual green card itself, you are treated as a family. Okay, if you're filing for a green card, you are treated as a family. So the family is getting a green card. Okay, so the priority date is for the family. Okay, based on the queue that we talked about, that this queue should have persons of every country. Okay, now if you are at this stage, you were born in India and your wife was suppose born in Dubai. She was just born in Dubai and then she lived in India her life, or she was born in Sri Lanka or any other country for that matter. You can actually get a priority date for that country specific. Okay, so you can be more current. You can get ahead in the queue because there are not so many people from this country or the other country who are applying for a green card. So they see it as a person applying for a green card with their family. Okay, so this is called cross chargeability. Even if she is not working, or even if he is not working, even if they are not in the US, they have never been to the US, you just got married, and then you plan to bring her to America, and then you plan to stay here, you can tell them, okay, I was born in India, that's fine, or I was born in China, that's fine, but I would like to cross charge for my wife who was not born in India, and I don't want to wait in the queue. So please give me a preference over the others, and I want to get ahead in the queue because I have a person who was not born in India, and so I do not. So the country limits for that country do not apply to me. Okay, so this is a cool thing that a lot of people do not know. All right, if you want to, you can cross charge for your kids. You can cross charge for uh, if they were not born in India or China or any other country which is having a long queue and a very heavy priority date. So if you want to check this more, you just Google for cross chargeability, and then you'll understand what I'm saying. Okay, so I don't think we need to spend any more time on this. If you have some questions, you can just directly address them to me. I can go on this topic, but yeah, just Google for cross chargeability, and you'll understand what I'm. You just need the keyword, okay? Just Google it. All right. Woohoo! That's quite a flowchart, right? Okay, guys, I just wanted to share this with you as well before I conclude my video. This is what I found off the internet. This is not something that I have made, and I just want you to have a look at it. We just talked about a couple of things. So there are things, you have family. You might want to take a screenshot of this if you want. Although I'll try to put this in the description, but I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this video, when I'm going to start edit it, and I might forget it. So just take a screenshot if you like, or if you want, just go to Google and then search for immigration or like immigration flowchart or something like that, and go to pictures, and you'll be able to find it. Okay, it's not a big deal. So yeah, just take a screenshot or just and try to read through it. Basically, this is what it talks about. If you have the broad categories are if you are working, if you have a job opportunity, which is the same as working, and if you have family, we already talked about. I said, okay, if you have family, you a diversity visa, and or the last is the investment. If you can invest $500,000 to $1 million. So that's the thing. That's how you can get here. Although the current news is that they want to bring in some kind of point system, which I'm not sure. So be sure to check the dates of this video, and when you watch it, make sure that this is still in effect, because I don't know, Mr. Trump is going to is planning to modify some of these, so this might not hold true. So as of today, as of March 2019, this is true. And you never, I don't know if you're going to watch this video after 2 years, 3 years, or what's going to happen. Okay, just keep me posted, and I might want to update this or delete it if it's no longer current. All right, so I hope you guys are more equipped with the knowledge that you want to have. Okay, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll keep you posted on other topics that keep coming up in my mind. All right, see you later. Bye.